few years ago, I relocated from the East Coast to Cincinnati, where I lived for about 5 years. When I got to Cincinnati, there was a classmate of mine from Pembroke, whom I hadn't seen since I graduated. And we connected right away, became very close friends right away. And she had not been back to Brown's campus at all since she graduated. Our 35th reunion came up. And I asked her if she was going to go. She said, you know, I haven't been back to any reunions. I haven't been back other than to take my daughter to school. And I said, well, I'm going. She said, all right, you go, I'll go. This was one of my light bulb moments. When you talk about us being famous and all that, my daughter did mention once that there was a conversation about the walkout, and it amazed me. I had no idea that anybody knew, what had happened. But the second light bulb moment was at that 35th reunion. My friend and I were the only two women. In fact, I think there were only 3 people of color who came back, and one was the alumni president, so he had duties with But my friend and I were there. We had come down, in the procession, and we were standing on our side of the street, and suddenly this mass of African American students, students who were graduating, seniors, came down the sidewalk. And as much as we knew logically, it was not until we actually saw that group of kids. And Carol said to me, I can't believe it. She said, Sandy, the things we did, look at all of these kids. And we were cheering and waving at them, and it was a wonderful moment. It couldn't have gotten any better, but it did. Because when the procession implodes, as it does, and we started walking down the sidewalk, we reached the section where there were black students on both sides of the street. And when they saw the 35, the cheers that went up were amazing. And I'm glad she was there with me, because I would have thought I had imagined it. But the voices coming out of the crowd said, you were in the walkout, you were in the walkout. And they were cheering and saying, you were in the walkout. And Carol and I looked at each other, and I think we rose 6 inches off the ground. Because who knew? We had no idea.